Hey everybody, welcome back to Lunch at Uncle Jason's. I know I have been out of sight for a while, but I started a new job and it's been crazy. I've been getting home later, so things hadn't been falling in place for me to make videos, but that's no excuse. But we're back. I want to introduce my handsome nephew right here, Lucius Lapellis. He's gonna be helping me today. We are doing a collaboration. April is the month for brunch, and we are doing a collaboration with several different channels, and I want y'all to check every one of them out. Go subscribe to their channels. They are some great, fabulous cooks. It's Miss Karen Jones Food and Family. Y'all know I've talked about Miss Karen. I actually went on her show and cooked with her one time. Ramsey's Ranch Kitchen, Whippoorwill Holler, Vicky's Country Home, Pre-Retirement Days Comfort Food, Easy Cooking with Linda B, and In the Kitchen with Mama Mel. We're all going to be doing brunch menus. So y'all go and check them out, and let's all give them all some support. Today we're going to be making shrimp and grits. That comes to my mind when I think of a brunch item. It's not totally breakfast, but it's also can be eaten for lunch. So brunch, shrimp and grits. Lucius is going to help me start on the grits. So this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
In the pot first, you're going to need 4.5 cups of liquid.
Okay.
So we have made some homemade shrimp stock with the shrimp shells that we used from our shrimp that we're going to put in the shrimp and grits. All I did was put the shrimp shells in the pot, heads and all. Carrots, onions, and celery, and a little salt. Cover that with water and boil it down till it reduces, and you got shrimp stock. So we need 4.5 cups of liquid. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some shrimp stock, but we're also going to use heavy cream. So we're going to do, I'm going to let him measure this out.
I'll tell you what, let me get the pot.
Yeah. We're going to do 3 cups of shrimp stock.
Okay.
And then 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I'll get the cream. You just want to pour it in your pot, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're going to put a little butter in there, and then our grits.
All right, there's your 3.
Okay, and then 1.5 cups of heavy cream.
Okay.
You want to get good cream, y'all. Get some good thick cream, because you want your grits to be real creamy. 1.5. All right, and just cut that on, and we'll bring that up to a boil. And once that starts boiling, y'all, we'll be right back, and we'll see where we go from there. Hey y'all, we're gonna go ahead and put our salt and butter in our shrimp stock and cream mixture. You see it's already steaming. So Lucius gonna tell you what he's gonna do.
We're gonna put about half a teaspoon of salt in there.
And that is kosher salt, y'all.
And then we're gonna take, what do you think that is?
About a quarter of a stick.
Okay. About a quarter of a stick of butter. Let's stick it in there. Let that melt before it comes to a boil.
And we'll let that melt, and as soon as it's melted and comes up to a boil, we'll come back and throw our grits in there. Be right back.
So it's come to a boil. We're gonna put in our Jim Dandy quick 5-minute grits, nothing special. Take, I think that's about a cup.
1 cup.
1 cup of grits, and pour it in there while it's at a rolling boil.
And it's up to you, y'all, what kind of grits you want to use, whatever brand you like. Then just give it a quick whisk. I find that if you whisk your grits instead of stirring them, it keeps the lumps out of them a lot. So this shouldn't take but about 5-6 minutes, and then we'll come back. We're gonna put some cheese in them, and then we'll start our shrimp. So give us just a minute. All right, y'all, we're back. Our grits is done. These cooked for about 5-6 minutes until they were as done as we like them. So you do the same thing. Taste them. If you think they're done, that's fine. But can you see those? They're really creamy with that cream and shrimp stock in there. And that shrimp stock is going to give them a whole lot of flavor. Okay, our next step for these right here, we're going to put some cheese in there. Can't have shrimp and grits without cheese grits.
How much cheese do you think that is?
That is an 8-ounce block of cheese that I fresh grated. It's mild cheddar.
Okay. So
we're just going to put that in there, stir it up, and we're going to let it melt and set it to the side, and while I start the shrimp in just a second. See how good that looks, y'all? That is going to be, I could eat that right there by itself without the shrimp, I'm going to tell you.
Every day.
All right, we're going to come back. I'm going to get set up to do the shrimp, and we'll come back and get those done. Give me just a minute. All right, y'all, we're back. We're fixing to start the shrimp for our shrimp and grits now. I always like to cook mine in bacon grease. I actually fried 6 strips of bacon earlier, and I have just a little bit of bacon grease in here, but it's not quite enough. So I'm going to take my bacon grease can, and yes, it is full, and I'm going to put probably about a tablespoon of bacon grease in this pan. And I'm going to let this melt, and we're going to start sauteing our trinity. And y'all know what the trinity is. It's our onions, bell peppers, and celery. It will burn real quick. So see, I have my celery. It's 2 stalks of celery, 1 large red bell pepper, and 1 large white onion. I chop them up. Now I chop my bell peppers up a little bit bigger than I do everything else, because I like for the bell peppers to kind of stand out a little bit. There's the onions. You see they're just diced normally, and so is the celery. It's just a normal chop on there, but I like for my bell peppers to kind of stand out some. That way you can see them while you're in there cooking, and it gives such a pretty color to them. Now you can use a green bell pepper, that's fine, but I like to use the red bell pepper because it gives it a lot more color. So our bacon grease is melting in this pan. I have my eye up on high right now, so it'll hurry up, melt, and get this pan hot. And we're gonna pour this in here, and I think it's probably close enough. So I'm just gonna pour this in here. Yeah, it sizzled a little bit, so we're good. I love that sizzle, and I love that smell of the peppers and onions all together. There you go.
All right.
And my sous chef there. All right, we're just gonna sit here, stir this up, y'all, and let this cook down probably about 5 or 6 minutes, just until the vegetables sweat out and the onions turn translucent, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm fixing to put my garlic in here while my sous chef washes the dishes. Hey ladies, he's single, just saying. I'm gonna put in 2 teaspoons of my garlic, and this is about halfway done cooking. So I'm gonna put that in there and let this garlic get good and done. And the reason we don't put the garlic in there early is because it does have a tendency to burn really quick if you're not careful. So I have turned this down some, and I'm just gonna let it sit here and saute until these onions and everything get really soft. Be right back. All right, y'all, I got these peppers and onions out of the pan and got them put over here to the side. You see how they look?
They smell good too.
They do. They smell awesome. So what we're going to do now with this pan, I'm going to put in a little more bacon grease, probably about another half a tablespoon. We're going to get it ready to cook our shrimp in now. And we're going to just simply season these shrimp, y'all, with Cajun seasoning. But what I've done is I took fresh shrimp with the tails on and everything. I peeled them and we cleaned them and dried them, And I'm just going to stick them in here right this second and start cooking them. And I'll do this in batches so we don't overcrowd the pan. And if you will hand me my Tony's, right here, I got it. We're just going to lightly sprinkle this with Tony sachets, and you can use any kind of seasoning you want. If you would just rather have salt and pepper, that's fine. And I may sneeze, just let you know. But if you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning. But you know, as y'all all know, these shrimp's going to cook up very quick. I'm just going to sit here and turn them and get them done. And you see how they're already curling up, making the C shape? That shows you they're getting done. And I'm going to do these all in batches. And as soon as I'm through with all of them, I'll come back and we'll show you what we do next. So give me just a minute. All right, y'all. All of my shrimp are done. Look at that. That looks amazing. And we tasted them. How were they, Lucius?
They were good.
Yep.
Some of the best shrimp I ever had.
They are very good. That bacon grease, y'all, and the Tony's seasoning adds such a great flavor. You don't need anything else on them, believe me. No. Okay, in this pan, y'all see I have the gratin on the bottom. I'm going to put a half a cup of that shrimp stock in there. You hear me a whisk?
Yes.
And I'm just going to whisk this around just to break up that gratin on the bottom of the pan real quick. And don't skip this step, y'all, because that stuff on the bottom of this pan is all your flavor right there. That's what you want in here. And just scrape it around until it all comes up. It don't take long.
Making my mouth water just thinking about it.
Okay, to that I'm going to add a half a cup of heavy cream. Because this is going to be a very creamy sauce once it cooks down a little bit. And then we're going to put our shrimp back in there in our Trinity. And we're going to let it cook. And we're going to pour it over those grits. It's going to be mighty good. There you go. I'm so thankful to have my nephew here with me, y'all. He has been a great big help to me. But we're going to get this reducing down some. It's going to take a couple of minutes. And we'll come back and show you where we're at. Alright, y'all, our sauce has reduced down some. You can see that it's turning into a nice little creamy sauce. So what I'm going to do now is add our peppers and onions and celery back to it. We're going to give that a stir. And this is a thick sauce, y'all, but if it's too thick, I'm going to add a little cream, a little more heavy cream, just to thin it out. And I'm also going to add our shrimp back in here. And any of the juices that's in there, do not throw them away. Keep them in there. That's flavor. And I'm going to give Lucius this fork, and I'm going to go back to my spoon. And this is on a low heat. I'm just trying to get it all heated through, heat the shrimp back up and the peppers and onions. And guys, that's going to be it. We're going to be able to taste this in just a second.
We're going to be chowing down.
Yes, we are. And I want you to see this. See that, y'all? That looks amazing.
Don't you be teasing them, folks.
I know it. I wish y'all could taste this with us. Okay. We're going to come back and plate this up in just a second. Alright, y'all. We fixing to plate this up. Lucius has got our grits.
Got them good looking grits right here.
Let me grab a bowl and he's going to put some right in this bowl right here. See those cheese grits, y'all? And don't skimp on the cheese. Okay. He's going to fix another bowl. And I'm going to ladle this shrimp sauce over these. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, if you serve this for brunch with a pan of hot butter biscuits, my goodness, look at that. Y'all see that?
They gonna be coming back.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So I'm gonna let you get you some.
All right, that sounds good. Right? Oh my gosh, that looks delicious.
That sauce is just perfect, y'all. You don't want it too thick because you want it to be able to go down in your grits. You don't want it thick like a gravy, but you do want it saucy.
All right.
Hand me a spoon, fork. Get you one. All right, y'all. We fixing to give this a taste. I want a bite of everything.
Want to add them final ingredients?
Oh yeah. I'm so glad he was here, y'all. I forgot to garnish. I have some fried bacon that we just gonna sprinkle right over the top. Just a little, however much you want, and
we got some of them grunions too.
Got some green onions. I was so excited I was ready to eat. I wasn't studying no garnish. But y'all see that? That's amazing right there. That's some happiness in a bowl.
Oh yeah. All right.
Now we can taste.
Dig it in.
Lord have mercy.
Boy, that's good.
Y'all, give this a try. I'm telling you, you'll love it.
That shrimp stock, and you add them vegetables back in after you make that sauce. Boy, that's some good stuff.
You can taste everything in it, y'all. This is like a party in your mouth. Excuse me for a minute. But y'all, give this a try. Really give this a try. And be sure that you follow these other channels because they are going to have some amazing dishes on their channels too. They've already shared them with me and I'm excited to see them. Karen Jones Food and Family, the Ramsey's Ranch Kitchen, Whippoorwill Holler with Miss Lori, Vicky's Country Home, Pre-Tirement Days Comfort Foods, Easy Cooking with Linda B, and In the Kitchen with Mama Mel. Y'all, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And I'm so happy my nephew got to be in here with me today.
Sure enjoyed it.
Y'all, go and make you some shrimp and grits, y'all. Serve it with some hot butter biscuits, some fried apples in the pan for a dessert. Your people will come back to you, I guarantee you. As always, I love y'all. I hope you have a blessed day. Come back and see me. It won't be as long, I promise.